Welcome back. Joining me is Chris Rutkowski, who teaches music technology at IPFW, and Andres Montenegro from the Department of Visual Communication and Design. He teaches animation, and they are here to talk about the upcoming Multimedia Ensemble concert coming to IPFW on April 24th. Thank you both for coming back on the show.
Great to be here.
Me too.
Andres, congratulations to you. You recently set up an exchange agreement with a university in Chile, the country where you're from, where our animation students and you will be working with their animation students on a joint project. And tell us a little bit about that project, just briefly, and what it means to IPFW in our program.
I think this is a great opportunity to internationalize the curriculum of the visual communication and design department. But also it's a wonderful opportunity to create this sort of bridge of multicultural experiences between different schools. Basically, the initiative is from the animation section, the animation area, and of course this will be very important for the IPFW students in animation.
Right.
That will have this sort of knowledge of, at the same time, other languages and other oral traditions.
Indeed.
And of course, this universal view of the animation, actually.
Yeah, international view of animation. This is going to be with the Universidad de Playa de Ancha.
Playa Ancha, yes.
See, in Valparaiso.
In Valparaiso.
And that's in Chile, not in Indiana. Okay.
No.
Okay, I want to make sure you're not fooling us on that.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's very good that our students are getting that international experience. But moving on to the concert that's coming up on April 24th, really a concert like I don't think many of us have ever seen. It's a multimedia concert. It's going to feature iPads and synthesizers and all kinds of technology. And the two departments, the visual artists and the musicians, are working together. Chris, tell us a little bit about the Multimedia Ensemble and this concert.
Sure. Well, you kind of hinted at the newness of this, and we're kind of inventing it as we go along. It came out of my sequencing class, which is basically you're using computers to create music inside the box, and we can kind of go deeper into that if you want. And then this semester I decided to do live sequencing, and there actually is a wonderful program called Ableton Live, which actually grew up with the DJs, and then it kind of found its way into the academy. And so we started out using Ableton Live with creating virtual instruments inside the box. Then we're going to add some live instruments, saxophone, drums, and power tools. And that's another story. And then we realized that actually live can also control video through a program called Jitter. And Anders and I had already been working on other projects, and I wanted to include video as well. So we'll have 5 pieces, basically which are basically music with computer and maybe live music. We'll have one big piece at the end, which would be kind of just like a big party disco thing. We'll have to have one of those with Daniel Fisher's sampling students, and they'll have all kinds of toys that they'll be playing with, a theremin and all that kind of stuff.
That's the weird kind of space age sounding instrument.
Except everything now can control everything else.
Now, when you say everything can control everything else, what we're talking about is we're going to have videos and animations but they're not going to be just like put in a projector and projected and seen sequentially. They're going to be activated in a sense by certain sounds coming from the musicians and certain movements coming from some dancers on the stage. And this involves sensors that pick up sound vibrations and movement vibrations or movement period, and controls what's going on in the computer that's sending out the animations. Is that a fair analogy, a description, or am I way off? Andres, I'll let you go with that.
Well, actually, you described very well this, Chuck. I think it's a very thorough description of it.
Well, I helped pay for it. So.
Yeah, so, and well, in fact, in order to create this live performance and turn it in a sort of interactive network on the stage, basically the computer will receive the signal from the body, which is actually an interface.
And this would be the dancer's body.
The dancer, actually. But at the same time, it's not just a single interaction. This interaction is sent to a multi-channel network that at the same time will control other sources and inputs. And that creates a huge network of signals that will travel at the same time and will be connected with multiple sources and inputs. That's is great because not only, for example, with your fingertips, you can control one of the sources. Then you can control with your sound, with your voice, even with the slightest movement of your body, you can have this or trigger this interaction.
So, you know, we're used to, let's say, playing a video game and you have a joystick or a mouse or what have you, a Wii, and you're controlling imagery on the screen, on your PlayStation or whatever. In a way, what is controlling the imagery now is being expanded. Music, a sound can control it, a voice can control it, like you say, a snap of a finger. Chris, can it go the other way? Can somebody move and then control a piece of music?
Oh, sure. And actually, the common language here, the computer language is going to be MIDI, which is musical, I don't know, interface. I forget what it actually means, digital interface, musical instrument digital interface. So we can control video through, I mean, MIDI was a way of having one musical instrument, like a keyboard, controlling another synthesizer.
Right.
And it became standardized, and I mean, Andres, you can talk a little bit more about, but I know that you're using MIDI to control. So basically, we have a language that's common both to computer music and to computer video.
And this is a line for interdisciplinary work.
Absolutely.
I mean, we're able now to bridge that gap between musicians and artists, visual artists. They can work together because in the end, what they're producing is data.
Right.
We don't think of it that way, but it is data, and it's digital data. And as long as it's that, it has the ability to go across different fields.
Absolutely.
Correct?
Yeah.
How many students are taking part in this?
Well, on my end, there's going to be, let's see, 5 in my sequencing class, and I think about 8. Well, there's some overlap, so maybe about 10 students altogether.
And one of the students, one of the music students, actually created a soundtrack and a video.
Yes.
And that's Joel Heaton, correct?
Joel Helton, yes.
Joel Helton.
Right.
And that's something else. I mean, we have a situation where now musicians are creating videos and artists are creating music.
Right.
Boy, it's getting all confused over
We
here.
talked about this when I first interviewed here like 3 years ago, and you know my big word was convergence, and I used the example that the timeline in a audio program or in a video program, they're both timelines.
They're both time-based.
You know, and
work.
Things are called tracks and crossfades or crossfades and this kind of thing. So it's really quite easy to go from a digital audio workstation to a video editor. And so, what Joel did is, well, actually, we started our 4th level of recording is we're shooting video now. And we're putting up to our YouTube. And incidentally, Joel's video, we're going to put up to our YouTube channel.
Right.
Which is IPFW Music. And so folks can take a look at that.
And Andres, and you created the video. How did you do that?
I create basically the animations and the particles using a program called Maya, and this process was transferred to a live video composite processor that get the videos and the particles into a different process of combination of patterns. So, but at the same time, I'm using 2 kind of technologies, the OpenGL, which is real-time video graphics, and video, live video, which is has more interesting patterns of colors and ways to create deformations or filters. But like Chris said,
Thank you.
It's very interesting because we can go back and forth from the music language to the visual language.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, it's very interesting because we're sharing the same terminology.
Yes.
And perhaps Chris is a musician, I'm an artist, so we can have this common, actually, convergency into one point, and then definitely that helps a lot in order to create this performance.
Well, it's a new world, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Absolutely a new world. You know, the music technology program here at IPFW is actually made possible through an endowment by Sweetwater. How important is Sweetwater to this program, and do people at Sweetwater, some of the people that work there, do they take part in teaching our students and,
sure.
and in this concert?
Absolutely essential. This is what makes, well, I guess there's a lot of things that make our program special, not the least of which is our students. That I'm just really very impressed at the level of student that I can work with here. But we have three highly placed employees at Sweetwater who teach for us, and two of them are involved in the multimedia concert. Mitch Gallagher, who you know as a guitarist, he teaches our advanced recording classes, and he's also a very fine guitarist, and he's going to be playing on a piece that I'm going to be doing that's based on samples from my backyard. I have very, very, very nice train horns in my backyard downtown, and including a very nice C major triad, which I was very happy about.
But also Daniel Fisher, who is over there at Sweetwater.
He teaches synthesis and sampling for us. And I co-opted his sampling class to be the ensemble at the end for so Daniel is just a genius at programming music computers, and also he's very deep into the MIDI language, so he knows how to control one thing, can control this and that and that and that. So
it's going to be an incredible concert, April 24th here at Rhinehart Music Center. Boy, it's a whole new thing that we're about to see, and of course we're really grateful for Sweetwater and both of you for working together and crossing over those disciplinary boundaries and doing something new and different. Thanks for coming on the show.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Okay. For more information about the IPFW Multimedia Ensemble Concert, visit ipfw.edu/VPA or call the Larson Ticket Office for your tickets at 481-6555. Arts Weekly airs every week, Tuesday through Thursday on College Access Television and most Sundays on WFWA PBS 39. Or you can see us on YouTube and Facebook and follow us on Twitter. I'm Chuck O'Connor. Thanks for tuning into Art Weekly. Join me next week with Andrew Constantine from the Fort Wayne Philharmonic and Philip Colglazer from the Fort Wayne Civic Theater.